Show. Reigning champ, Tim Keck.
Timothy Keck. You're listening to
Come at me show.
Come at me show.
Basketball shorts.
Come at me show.
Did we say the show is good?
Hey. I need a catchphrase. That's my new plan is to come up with a sweet catchphrase. This week's was hey, and who knows what the future will bring. Yes, you are not mistaken. This is Come At Me Show. I know it's new. I know it's different. I know we finally have some music at the beginning. How fun was that? How great was that? Shout out to my buddy Pat Wise for putting that together for me. He makes a lot of different fun audio stuff. You can follow him on Instagram at Audio Snacks, where he does a bunch of these fun little music things. He's great. I realized I also, never shouted out my buddy Kevin Bauer for making the awesome graphic that I have at the my podcast cover. So you can follow him on Instagram at Kabauer. I don't know, are the kids using Instagram? He posts a bunch of fun graphics and stuff. These are both working professionals, and they did a great job. They did a great job with my stuff. I'm gonna try not to let them down. Try not to have them be like, "Oh yeah, I did that audio, or I did that illustration for this podcast that sucks and nobody likes." Where this lunatic sits in his room and rants. My room. It's a new room. I changed rooms. I moved, guys. Did I tell you that I was gonna move? I moved. I moved a block away. I moved to a new apartment down the street, and I like it. I like it okay. I like it pretty good. It's a hot one though. I will say that it's a hot room. It's facing east, just greeted with the rising sun, and my AC is on its last legs. I gotta turn it off for this thing. It feels like I'm a scuba diver running out of air when I'm recording this podcast. It's like, okay, it can't have any sounds in the background. Got to turn off anything that'll make noise. Turn off the fans. Turn off the AC. Just sit here real quiet, and then it's a race against the clock, man. I could make this a 2-hour pod, but I couldn't last in this hot room for longer than an hour. So that's what we're getting. The move was very chill. Oh man, I just messed with the audio a little bit. I think it's better. might have just shocked some people. Hopefully it's a little louder. Man, oh man, if it just came out of nowhere, I apologize. But the move was pretty good. Move was pretty solid. Got a bunch of stuff. All the big things moved in on Sunday. I'm officially living in a new space. Once the mattress moved, it's like time to stay here now. I follow the mattress. I'm not going to sleep on the couch like a lunatic. I am going to follow my bed. So my bed moved, and I moved with it. I moved like my desk and my night table and my dresser and a bunch of my clothes. And that was like Sunday. And it's didn't rent a van or anything. It's so hot out, but this is so close. So we were just walking stuff over. And that's really how I'm going to spend the rest of this week, is just slowly walking over to get the rest of my stuff. I'm going to stroll over here after I record the pod, over there after I record the pod, and, grab a pan and a handful of underwear, and then mosey back on over here, head back to the old place, grab the guitar I haven't played in 10 years, and then tote it back over here. I envy the people. While we were moving on Sunday, I walked by multiple times these parents helping their son move. And it was beautiful. It was a beautiful moment, How great is that? Parents getting to help your kid move in the big city. Maybe they're helping him move home. Maybe he's moving to a different apartment in New York. I have no idea. There were so many people out moving. Everybody's moving now. I don't know if it's just the month, if it's August, if people, up north, people move over the summer because they don't want to move over the winter. So it's moving time, I think. But what if people are just leaving? Maybe people might just be leaving New York. I don't know. I don't know if they're moving in. That'll be the next test. Next month, are people moving in? If they're not, then they're leaving. So I'm moving stuff, walking by, see these parents helping their kid move, Dad's driving this Ram, 1500 or whatever it is. How big is it? It's a Dodge Ram truck. It's a big truck. It's not the biggest truck because I asked him about it, and he said, well, I had a bigger one, and I lowered to this one so you get better gas mileage on the highway. And I was like, really? Like 3 miles per hour? And then we laughed and had a great time. I had a very pleasant conversation with this guy, and I leapt at the chance. You know why? I could tell he didn't live here. I could tell he wasn't from the neighborhood. I could tell he wasn't a local. All the people outside of New York just seem happier. Maybe it's cities in general. Like anytime I leave New York and I'm like on a vacation or visiting a college for like comedy or something like that, and you're hanging out on campus or whatever, you can just start talking to people. You can talk to strangers. You can hang out. You can shoot the shit in a way that I just have not been able to do in New York City. In New York City, you have no choice but to be exposed to people. You have no choice. Once you leave your house, you are bow to bow with strangers. And you don't want to start random conversations with people all the time. I get it. When I'm commuting to and from work, I don't really want to talk to anybody. I got my headphones in. I'm miserable. I'm just trying to get through it, trying to get to my destination. But man, a dad helping his kid move, loading boxes into the back of his truck, that's who I want to be someday, man. I want to help people move. I used to have a truck. I help people move all the time. But moving your family, moving your kin, your blood, helping them move to a new apartment, that's the shit, man. That's goals. That's man goals right there. I did resent the fact that everything was in a perfect box. This truck was just flat. I mean, it was perfectly packed. All of the items were in cardboard boxes, and I resent that. I don't think I've ever packed anything into a box before in my entire life. Certainly not a cardboard box. Maybe a bin. I had like a bin or two here. I just have random duffel bags of different sizes that I pack up. My airplane luggage, like when I travel, like with the wheels on it, that's what I pack up all those things. Garbage bags. I'm a big fan of just heavy-duty garbage bags. I just put all my clothes and shit in those and then carry them wherever they need to be. That's what I always do. Yeah, clothes have gotten thrown away. I think the last time I moved, I was like, hey, where'd all my sweatshirts go? It's like, oh, maybe I shouldn't be moving them in garbage bags. But you know what? Who cares? I'm not going to get boxes. I've never been a box guy. I'm not going to start now. Taping up boxes like some nerd, dropping them all in the back. Well, the truck. I mean, the truck looked beautiful. Maybe I should do it. You know what? I would help somebody with boxes move, but I'm not going to box my stuff. I'm going to continue to trek back and forth in the Brooklyn heat, the heat of the day, and just grab little handfuls one at a time. I could just grab all my clothes and like throw them in a bag and bring them over, but I am actively using this as an opportunity to purge stuff. That's my goal. That's my dream. I want to purge things. I could grab all my clothes. I could grab all my hangers, throw them in a bin, rush them over here, hang them up, throw them back in the closet. But no. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to systematically pick out all the crap that I need to get rid of and slowly, arduously trick it back and forth. This could have been a Band-Aid rip-off situation, but I am insisting on dragging this out. I want the moving process to last as long as possible. And it was pretty painful. It was pretty quick. It was like 2 hours on Sunday, moved most of the stuff, a couple little trips, but somehow I still walked like 17,000 steps on Sunday. It was a lot. I have a hard time getting rid of stuff, man. It should be easy, but I grew up. I mean, my dad was the rag king. If we had any clothes that like were crappy, or you get sweat stains on that, or there's just regular stains on it, or I don't care what kind of stains you have on the shirt. If there's too many, you got to throw it away, or you make it into a rag. And you never know when you're going to need a rag. Working on the house, working outside, you got to wipe something down. You need a rag. I got rid of a bunch of my clothes, and then I put in my AC unit, and it's got this kind of weird gap in the wall, like a hole in the wall. There's not a window, but there's a hole in the wall that's built for an AC unit to go in it, and there was some space around my AC, and I was like, you know what? Really could have used some rags right about now. Could have padded that space out pretty well. But that's what I get for getting rid of crappy old clothes instead of hoarding them and saving them and turning them into useful rags for later. I'm terrible at purge. you know what kills me is having to buy something again. I don't want to have to buy something that I owned once. I don't care how long it's been. If I owned it in middle school, I won't buy it now. I haven't played softball in like 6 years, but I have a glove and a softball. What do I do with those? Do I throw them out? Do I give them away? What? What if, I don't really like softball, but what if, 6 years from now, somebody twists my arm into joining their league, their like rec softball league, and now it's like, oh crap, and I have to go buy a glove? But Tim, you had a perfectly good glove. You can't just get rid of it now. I can't. I've tried different things. The Marie Kondo method, are you familiar with this? There's this little lady, and she's just very sweet, and she goes into people's houses, and she helps people organize things and helps people purge things. And there's a show on Netflix called like Tidying Up with Marie Kondo, and her big thing is you pick something up and ask yourself, does it spark joy? You pick up an item, and if it doesn't spark joy, you get rid of it. And if it sparks joy, you keep it. It doesn't matter if you haven't used it in years, or if you use it all the time. If it doesn't spark joy, you get rid of it. If it sparks joy, you keep it. My problem, everything sparks joy for me, man. I'm a happy-go-lucky guy. I'm excited about stuff. I can get riled up about an old shitty t-shirt. I can get riled up about that guitar that I never played. I can get riled up about a color by numbers adult coloring book that I haven't touched in 3 years. I can get, maybe I'll finally learn to draw. I can't get rid of my pencils in all different shapes and sizes and my book 30 days to learn how to draw. I can't get rid of that, because what if I really need to learn how to draw a hand holding a pencil, and if I don't have this book, I will not be able to do it. If I don't have this book in 30 days, I won't be able to draw this hand pencil. I can't get rid of it. I found, the guitar case. I have so many books of guitars. The drawing stuff. Honestly, I've lived in this apartment for 2 years. Anything I haven't used in 2 years should be gone, but it can't. It all sparks joy. Why do people hate cargo pants? I'm going through my clothes. I don't own any cargo pants. No cargo shorts. I don't own them. Why don't I own them? Because I'm not supposed to. That's why. Somebody decided cargo shorts aren't cool, and to them I say, why? Why aren't they cool? They're so practical. And I'm mad at myself. I'm going through my clothes. Tim, you don't own a single pair of cargo shorts? Who are you trying to impress? What are you trying to prove, Tim? You just like bringing a backpack places? What if cargo shorts are amazing. They've got pockets. It's extra storage. Guys love storage. Every guy who says he doesn't want a pair of cargo pants is lying to himself. I love pockets, man. If I buy a backpack, first thing I'm doing, checking for pockets. I get a new pair of pants. I love pockets. Everybody loves pockets. Girls say they love pockets in dresses and stuff. That's a cute thing. Oh, I've got a dress. Does it have pockets? Oh, no. There's all these girls online sewing pockets into dresses. People love pockets, but for some reason, cargo pants, oh, no. Those pockets we don't allow. That is pocket prejudice. And you need to look in the mirror. Your pocket prejudice. For some reason, if the pocket is on your thigh, it's a bad pocket. Whatever, man. Whatever. That's the sturdy part of the leg. You've got your space there because the pants are baggy, and you've got maximum storage on the thigh area. All right? It's like the way, like a Secret Service person carries a gun, right? It's like on their hip, quick draw, like a cowboy, and you're depriving men of that quick draw ability with these cargo shorts. What if you find something? What if you find a cool shell or a trinket, and now you just have to carry it around in your hands all day? Like some lunatic just walking around with a handful of shells? Cargo pants solve that problem. Now I have to have a backpack because my iPhone battery is crappy and it dies after 3 hours of use, and so I have to carry around a battery that just looks like an old car phone, or like the kind of like walkie-talkies that military men use in the field, right? Where they've got like a whole backpack and it's hooked up to a satellite radio and they can't get reception in the mountains, so they have to run away, and Mark Wahlberg's the lone survivor. Now you expect me to just bring my whole backpack just to hold this one battery? It doesn't fit in my pockets. I've already got a system, wallet, keys, cell phone, headphones. I don't have room for more. Cargo pants solve that problem. I'm going to get some cargo pants just to stick it to all of you. I'm going to get some cargo pants and some fucking Crocs, because fuck you, I want that. What's wrong with Crocs? Why are Crocs bad? Everybody loves Crocs. They're comfy as hell. They're indestructible. Why can't you wear Crocs? Maybe not to a fancy dinner. Maybe not to a nice night out. Maybe if you got a hot date, leave the Crocs at home. But in general, I don't understand why we can't get some Crocs in here, man. Who doesn't enjoy a good pair of Crocs? Famous people love Crocs. Tim Tebow loved Crocs. That dude loves Crocs. Don't get between him and the end zone, or him and a pair of Crocs. Those are the two things you don't want to get in between Tim Tebow and. That hot girl from Game of Thrones, she loves Crocs. She was in the commercials. The hot one, you know who I'm talking about. Round face. She kept trying to marry gay men. You remember that? The Targaryen, I don't know. Did she die? Did she just leave one day? I don't know what happened to her. And I don't think it's my fault. It was not a well-written show. I think I should remember. She was significant. She was beautiful. What happened to her? She wasn't there in the end. Thank God. She missed the finale. It was terrible. Terrible finale. Okay. I gotta wrap this up. But I'm gonna end on one more thing before we get on topic. Our topic this week, fruit. Terrible topic. I'll be honest, not a great topic, but I'm ready to bring it. I have fruit takes. I got some fruit texts, a lot of messages from people about fruit, so I'm ready to go into those and explore all of that goodness. But real quick, first off, I've come up with this take for social media, because I'm on Facebook, I'm on the gram, I'm on the Twitter, trying to promote stuff, see things, bring in good energy, send out positive vibes. I love it. I love it all. But I've realized, if you are on social media and you're posting on social media, you are never going to change someone's mind. You can't do it. You can't do it. When was the last time you looked at social media and it changed your opinion about something? Where you were like, oh, I never thought about it that way, Uncle Brian. What are you talking? I've learned news from people whose opinions I already shared, but I didn't learn anything new. I've never changed my opinion. I'm not going to read anything on Facebook that convinces me Donald Trump's doing a great job. I just won't. That's my bias. That's my opinion. I'm biased like that. The only way you can really change someone's opinion is this is what I came up with, is the phone number rule. If you don't have someone's phone number, stop trying to convince them of whatever you're thinking. Just give up. Or start a podcast like me and just throw things out into the universe. But all these Facebook discussions, all these Facebook arguments, it's all bullshit. You're not going to convince anybody. If you're arguing with someone you haven't spoken to in 8 years, why? Why bother? You're not going to change their opinion. They're just going to get you riled up. And I'm staying up till 3 a.m. checking some app that I only use once a week because I got to get in this last thing. This will prove it. This will end the argument. Whatever, man. And I always used to do that stuff too, where it's you post something and you're oh, this is a pretty unbiased thing, this is just throwing this out there. I don't want to start an argument or anything like that. Or even better, you come out with something that's like them or hate them, you got to admit they made some pretty good points here. It's whether or not I like somebody is 95% of whether or not I'm going to listen to what they're saying. If someone I fucking hate comes out with the wisest shit in the world, I'm going to be looking at it through, what's the opposite of rose-colored glasses? Green-colored, emerald-colored glasses. And I'm going to see everything bad. I'm going to be like, oh, they could say the smartest thing in the world. And I'd be like, oh, it's just fucking Tyler going off again. That dick. I'm so tired of him. I'm so tired of Tyler. Anyway, phone number rule. If you don't have their number, you're not going to change their mind. Fact. This episode of Come At Me Show is brought to you by Stamps.com. I don't know about you, but I used to spend way too much time at the post office. Literally, every second that I wasn't eating, sleeping, or shitting, I was waiting online at the post office. I missed birthdays, weddings, funerals, but I just had to get my mail out, and there was no easier way. But now there is. With Stamps.com, you can put stamps on your own mail at home. And in most places, you can put your mail right in your own mailbox and the mailman will pick it up. It couldn't be easier. For a measly $5,000 a year, Stamps.com will send you a handful of stamps, a dozen envelopes, ready to be signed, sealed, and delivered. Stamps.com. Get your life back. Now it's time to get on topic. This week we're talking fruit. Fruit, that's the topic. I am fruit. I am fruit. Get it? Like I am Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy. Did you know that Vin Diesel filmed the First off, we gotta say Vin Diesel maybe the easiest job in film history. I want to know how much he made to just go I am Groot like over and over again. And then you see Guardians of the Galaxy and his name is right on the poster. They're using his name to fucking sell this movie and you can't even tell who it is. I am Groot. Who cares, man? Nobody knows. That's crazy. And he's just like, yeah, it's branding. They're just like, yeah, throw my name on there. Tell them I'm the Groot guy. Who cares? But I read somewhere that he was in the sound booth with a script, and for each I am Groot, there was a corresponding line of dialogue, and he tried to convey the entire emotion of the whole sentence and or sentences into the words I am Groot. So each one had a different inflection and all that kind of stuff. Vin Diesel, prodigy. He's the greatest actor of all time. I love fruit. I've been eating way more fruit lately because I'm trying to be healthier. I'm trying to be a little healthier. I've lost a little weight, not enough to brag about. Shouldn't have even brought it up. Not enough. When you're as big as me, and I don't mean fatness as much as like girth and size, like I'm just a big dude. I can lose like 10 pounds like nothing. It's just a quick swing. I lose like 10 pounds a day. It just fluctuates. Just because you got so much mass, it doesn't matter. You know, somebody who weighs like, I don't know, 95 pounds, they lose 2 pounds. They're like, holy shit. But I'm like looking at the scale in the morning, I look at it at night, and I'm like, what happened to me? I didn't know I consumed 20 pounds worth of stuff today. This is crazy. And then somehow I sleep and lose 10 pounds overnight? What is that? Craziness. I've just been trying to replace like dessert and snacks and all the like processed stuff with fruit, you know? Before it was like a potato chip, and now it's like, I don't know, a piece of watermelon or something, and I feel better. It feels great. It seems to be working. And I feel like there's some assholes out there who are going to be like, oh, Tim, actually, some fruits have more sugar in them than like that pint of ice cream, you know, the double chocolate ice cream with the potato chips in it that he used to eat like every day. So like sometimes 3 slices of watermelon is actually like worse for you than like 10 bags of potato chips. So just keep that in mind. It's like, grow up. I hate those people. I'm never going to be, I would love to be a healthy person, you know, if I could rebrand myself as just the healthy jock with abs who's just like, yes, let's do this. Here's how you do it. You wake up, you eat 3 grains of rice, then you catch a fish, you cook it raw, or you eat it raw just down by the river, you know, after catching it with your bare hands. Then you go out, you chase down a deer. You catch the deer, you nurture the deer, you gather herbs and mushrooms from the forest, and you raise that deer, and it grows fat. And then, you know, 10 months from now, in the middle of the winter, you eat the deer, and that's how you get abs. No, I'm not going to be one of those people. I'm never going to be one of those people who's like, oh, I shouldn't have that extra cherry today. That's too much. It's too much, man. The Ben & Jerry's, God. The last Ben & Jerry's flavor I had was crazy. It's like chocolate. It was like chips. It was it had potato chips in it. It was chocolate ice cream with potato chips in it, and that shit was dank. I don't know how we don't have that all the time. Potato chips should be in everything. They're just sweet and crunchy, and you know, we all cracked the code in like elementary school when you were opening up your PB&J and putting peanut butter and putting like potato chips in it so we get extra crunchy. We've all known this. It's been around our entire lives. Why is it now, just now, getting into ice cream. If you're not trying to lose weight or live a healthy lifestyle, or it's a cheat day, I would encourage you to go out there and get some new Ben & Jerry's flavor. Ben & Jerry's, check out our pod. I've been trying to eat like Halo Top ice cream. Have you guys heard of the Halo Top? It's like 300 calories for an entire like pint of ice cream. It's got like protein in it. I don't know. I'm sure it's also bad for you. I mean, it's ice cream. At the end of the day, it's ice cream, but I'm trying to just cut off corners where you can. Cut corners, cut off costs, shave points off. I'm like the Shane Battier of ice cream and eating now. You know, there was this Miami Heat basketball player. Well, I guess he's a journeyman. He's been on a lot of different teams, but I know him mostly from when he was on my Miami Heat, and he helped them win a championship. And his whole thing was that he wasn't the best basketball player. I mean, he was definitely not the best basketball player. But what he lacked in athleticism and talent, he made up for with intellect. And so he read all this information on other teams, and he just tried to know everything he possibly could about the opponent. So that when they were playing somebody, and they're like, oh, this guy is actually worse with their left hand, so I'm going to try and drive them left. They actually are terrible at layup, so I try and give them the layup and take away the outside shot. He just knew what they were good at, knew what they were bad at, and tried to take away as many of the good things as possible. I'm not trying to stop them. I'm just trying to inch them away. I'm trying to shave off some points. And that's what I'm trying to do with this ice cream thing, with this fruit thing. It's like, oh, I'm going to give up ice cream, and I'm going to eat fruit. And so what if fruit isn't the best thing in the world for you at like 10 o'clock on a whatever, 10 o'clock at night, a midnight snack of watermelon. But I feel like you're shaving, mentally I'm like just shaving off points. Just shaving off all that stuff. That's kind of what I was thinking with like the masks and stuff too. I don't know, not to go completely off topic again, because we're in the on topic segment. But man, all these people complaining about not wearing masks. A mask doesn't stop a virus. It's like, yeah, but we're shaving off points, man. Shane Battier, social distancing, that's a point. Wearing a mask, cool, that you're just driving the virus to its left hand. Like, why can't we all, you know, you wash your hands. It's like, oh, washing hands never cured cancer. And it's like, yeah, but we can all just like try a little thing, shave off the points, switch to Halo Top, eat some more fruit. I don't know, man. I've been eating fruit nonstop. Differences between fruit and vegetables. I got some random messages from friends and stuff and fans of the show, so just going to go through a couple of those. Somebody asked me what the difference is between fruit and vegetables. You know what? It's vegetables grow in the ground. That's what it is. Fruits and vegetables. Fruits grow on trees and vegetables are in the ground. That's it. Vegetables, I don't think I would eat vegetables if they weren't good for you, you know? I don't think I've ever been like just craving vegetables, except in the sense of like, oh, it's going to be good for my body. Vegetables all grew in dirt, I think. Like, I feel like every vegetable, a farmer had to push soil away and reach into the earth and pull out, you know, a head of lettuce or pull out a Brussels sprout. Like, every vegetable feels like and kind of tastes like it is of the earth. Like, you can't show me a vegetable that tastes like it has not been in dirt. Every vegetable has been in dirt. Fruit, you know, the seeds were in the dirt, but then they grow hanging above it, mocking the dirt and the things that grow in it. Fruit just like hang over the vegetables going, oh, I'm sweeter than you. I taste better than you. People like me more. No one at halftime of a soccer game is like, oh man, did you bring those Brussels sprout slices for any of the kids? I could go for a refreshing, I can't even name another vegetable. Can I get a refreshing carrot in the middle of the game? Oh, my mom brought frozen carrot slices for all the kids of my Little League softball team. Does anybody? I brought Gatorade and cauliflower. Does anybody want some cauliflower before you go back out on the field? We got to get those sugars up. Yeah, vegetables, gross. I like vegetables. I'm eating vegetables. This is not the vegetable episode. This is the fruit episode. Fruit, sugar, sweet, delicious, hanging above the vegetables, mocking them. Here's another question. Wouldn't fruit be prettier if it were pastel colors? I mean, great question. Yeah, sure. I like pastels. Red. Have you ever seen an apple and you're just like, ugh, you're too full of yourself. You're a little too red for me. All right. Where's the nice green apple? I need a nice sun-kissed apple right now. Or a yellow apple. That's fun. I mean, pears are kind of pastel, right? Like they're kind of like, relaxed, they're chill. Are peaches pastel? They're kind of like, if anything's just bright red or anything's all one color, it's just weird. It's weird to me. There's some fun things that are all red, but like if it's too red, it's like, ugh, this is a red flag. This is nature telling me that it's poisonous and I probably shouldn't eat it. Here's another question. What's with wax fruit? Yeah, what is with wax fruit? Why is it somehow a flex to have a bowl of food, of things that are edible, but for some reason you can't eat them? Why is that cool? Why is everyone excited about displaying some hard apples in their home in a bowl? I don't understand waxed fruit. Also, when was the last time you saw a waxed vegetable? People don't have like waxed carrots laying around. People don't have waxed broccoli displayed on a bowl in the middle of the table. Like what is it? You're a poser. You're the hipster of fruit. If you're like, oh, you know what this rustic home needs in order to feel like, the kind of place where a kid could run by the table on his way out the door and grab an apple for a snack on his way out to the field. We need fake apples to not have that feel. It's like you're a poser. You're like a poser's like the kind of kid who like pretended he could skateboard and couldn't skate, kind of like me. Or you just go to the skate park and stand around, like hold your skateboard and like wear your Quicksilver shirt and be like, yeah, this is cool. We're all having fun. But really, I'm just scared of getting on because there's wheels. You're like that, but with fruit. And you're just like, ugh, if there's like real fruit on the table, we won't be able to eat it. But fake fruit we can look at and it can bring us joy and the pleasure of knowing that there is something out there that another family or a grocery store could provide that would give us sustenance. But not here, not now. I think if you have wax fruit in your house, it'd be a real dangerous game to play. Like if you have wax apples on a table, you can't just have apples in the house. Where are you keeping them? In the closet? In the fridge? You just have apples and then fake apples, and then it's just a guessing game of which one you grab. You should be then emptying out the wax ones, putting them into a drawer, and just putting the fresh ones in the bowl, and then I don't know. There's no reason. Wax fruit's garbage. I'm judging everybody negatively if you have wax fruit in your house. Reassess your life. Get some fruit. Get some fresh fruit. Some frush fruit. Get some frush fruit. Frush fruit. What about canned fruit, Tim? Crazy. Canned fruit. Yeah, again, no canned vegetables. When was the last time you saw canned broccoli? Is that a thing? No, it's just in soup form. Cream of broccoli soup. That's in a can. You don't see soups. Okay, there's no fruit soups and there's no canned vegetables. What's up with that? Oh, there is canned vegetables. There's like canned, like carrots and peas and stuff. I don't know. Canned fruit, sure, man. It's a good one. Tim, I started adding a slice of lemon to water and it changed my life. ... for the better. Great. What are you getting out of that? It's like I don't want lemonade. I want like the worst lemonade possible. I'm just gonna put a little lemon. I'm anti-lemon in a beverage. I'll say that. Sometimes you go to a restaurant and they bring you water and there's a lemon already in it, and it's like, how dare you presume? How dare you presume that I'm gonna want a lemon in this? Because I don't. I don't know what it brings to it. But I'm also not a big. I'm a traditionalist. I'm a conservative when it comes to water and water flavors. I don't love a sparkling. I'm just now coming around to like a sparkling water or like a LaCroix. I really just got into it from like White Claws and stuff, where it's like, oh, this is alcohol. Okay, I can drink a lot of these White Claws. I can drink a lot of these Bud Light seltzers. Seltzer water I used to just find absolutely disgusting. Like, it's the kind of thing that you get at a soda machine when it runs out of soda. You just get seltzer water. It seems terrible. It seems like a disgusting thing. I always thought it was disgusting. And then I really stopped drinking soda and started drinking whiskey sodas. And a whiskey soda, did you guys know this? It's not like rum and Coke. It's like a whiskey and it's seltzer water. What? Why do they call it soda? Why is it a whiskey soda if it's whiskey and seltzer? It doesn't make any sense. So I started drinking whiskey seltzer. Someone explained to me that it wasn't soda, it was seltzer. I was like, wait, what? And then I started drinking White Claws and Bud Light seltzers, which are also great. Those have fruity flavors. Now I'm working my way up to LaCroix. It's like, okay, cool. I'm having like a sober White Claw. And now I guess maybe someday I'll put a lemon in water, but I'll tell you that day has not come yet. Just a lemon and some water? Ugh. It's not tea. Can you do anything with it? Are you going to heat it up? You just want a little lemon in your water. Is it good for you? I don't know. I'm just confused by this lemon in the water thing. I guess I'm running out of opinions on fruit. I need next week's topic out. Outer space. Next week's topic is going to be outer space. Call the show. Email the show. Send in a question. Ask me about it. comeatmeshow@gmail.com. Ask me about space or send in your hottest outer space take. Or you can leave a voicemail at 862-505-1376. That's 862-505-1376. But one last fruit bit. Going to end this whole thing off with Tim Keck's Top 10. And this week's Tim Keck's Top 10 is going to be my favorite fruits. Number 5, cherries with pits in them. I love a good cherry, but only with a pit. If you're a cherry and you don't have a pit, get the fuck out of here, man. This isn't Shirley Temple time. This is Tim Goes Ham on some cherries time. And I don't have time for your mushy little gooiness. What are they even for? Cherry on my sundae? No thank you. Get your soggy ass out of here. I want a nice, firm, plump, red cherry. I want a pit that I gotta spit, man. That's what I look for in my fruit. In my cherry specifically. It is a hassle. I'll admit, it's a little bit of a hassle. If I'm eating them at home, I got a bowl of cherries and I got a bowl to spit some pits. Bowl of cherries, bowl of pit spit. I am all about this cherries with a pit. Number 4, Tim Keck's favorite fruits, banana bread. Banana bread is by far my favorite fruit. Banana on its own, whatever, cool, good, whatever. If it's good enough for a monkey, it's good enough for me. I like a nice banana, but I also love me some banana bread. Oh my God. What is it about fruits that when they're in bread, they're delicious? Pumpkin bread? Lemon bread? Get that lemon out of your glass of water and throw it in some bread, my man. It's delicious. Peach bread? Is that a thing? I don't know. You take me to Starbucks, you point to the display and you say, Tim, get whatever you want. I'm going to say, point me to your bread situation. That's how I'm going to word it. Point me to your fruity bread situation. And I'm getting that banana bread all day. Oh, pumpkin bread. Oh my God. Pumpkin bread. Is pumpkin a fruit? I have no idea. It's a vegetable. It's like a dirty thing. I feel like you just got very prejudiced. Pumpkins, they're filthy. They're dirty. They're disgusting. They're coming into this country and they're taking our jobs. Pumpkins, they're vegetables. I love a pumpkin. You're a vegetable. Get in the dirt. Banana bread. Honorable mention here, banana chips. I feel like I like bananas in every other form than how they were initially created. A banana chip, delicious. I'd almost take it over no, I wouldn't take it over a regular potato chip. But if I'm looking for something crunchy and sweet and delicious, banana chips all day. Definitely one of the best, dehydrated fruits there are. Number 3, grapes. Of course grapes are on this list. Grapes are good for so much stuff. Wine. Wine? You're on a diet, you want a sweet little snack? Have a glass of wine. Don't worry, babe. It's grapes. It can't be bad for you. It's fruit. It was hanging on a tree before, and now it's in your glass. Enjoy it. It's delicious. Raisins. Oh, man. You don't want a big, juicy ball. You want a nice little shriveled up, juicy ball. Ham on some raisins, man. They come in those little boxes. You can shake a whole little box into your mouth and just chew the whole thing like a big raisin glob. That's the best, man. That's the dream. I don't know what it is about raisins. Grapes are not the same as bananas. I want bananas in everything. I want banana bread. I want banana chips. I want pieces of bananas and stuff. I don't want raisins in any of my shit, all right? I love a good raisin, separate and distinct. I don't want it in my trail mix. I don't want it in my oatmeal cookies. Why can't we just have a regular oatmeal cookie? Why does the raisin have to butt its head into the oatmeal cookie? Oatmeal cookie is great on its own. It doesn't need its chewy, unpopular friend poking its head in. Again, raisins, perfectly fine on their own, but get out of my cookies. Get out of my breads. Ugh, I can't even imagine. I've never been excited to find a raisin in something. No. Why are we throwing them in stuff? Keep them separate. Keep them in the bag. Put them out on the side. Serve a plate of oatmeal cookies, and then just like a little handful of raisins for everybody. Then they can pick. If someone's got to have their raisins on their oatmeal cookie, they can just sprinkle them on the top. You're not losing anything. It's not like they get better in the oven. It's not like they become more raisiny in the oven. It's just a burden on everybody. Think about it. Grapes, delicious. I love a good grape on their own. Fantastic. And you can freeze them if you're super fun. If you're taking them to soccer practice for the kids, freeze a grape. It's like a new fruit. A frozen grape is completely different. A regular grape, you like crunch in, it's all juicy and sweet on the inside, and then a frozen grape, you can just suck on that bad boy for hours. Just keep it in your mouth, rehydrate, and then enjoy the fruits of your labor. Pineapple, number 2 on Tim Keck's top 5. Grill it, please. I love pineapple. It's delicious. I want pineapple in every form. Grill it. It's delicious. Put it in some fried rice. I love it. I love some pineapple fried rice. It's just so good. It's so tangy. It's so sweet. It's delicious. And it's a fun thing. It comes with like a fun top on it. It's the funnest looking fruit, for sure. For sure. It's prickly on the outside. It's got a little spiky head on the top. It looks like a little person with a big head of hair. Pineapple's just fun. If you have pineapple, you're just going to have a good time. You're just going to have a fun time with your pineapple. Also, I don't know what it is, but anytime you ask for like a comedic suggestion or something, or you're like doing an improv show or doing a comedy show in my experience, and you're like, what's a one-word suggestion, or what word would you like to see a show about, or what do you guys want to hear me talk about? Someone always yells pineapple. I don't know why. You know what? I do know why. It's the funniest fruit. There's nothing funnier. There's no fruit funnier than the pineapple. Grapes aren't funny. Grapes are solemn, sad little creatures who stay together. That's why they come in bunches, because they're lonely. They come. I mean, if you eat a bunch of grapes, you're going to be feeling good. You're going to be happy because the grapes are together. But if you eat one grape, you're just going to be all sad and confused, like, what is going on? And that's that single lonely grape energy. But in a bunch, they're great. Bananas, delicious. Not kind of funny. Bananas are kind of funny. Cherries, not really funny. Pineapple, the funniest thing. Fried rice on the grill. Very pro pineapple here. Number 1, watermelon. Watermelon. It's delicious. It's so good. You get a big round thing, and then you got to chop it open. You can smash watermelons. You can feed them to stuff. You can throw them off of things, and they shatter. It's the most satisfying fruit to open. It's got this hard shell. You're like, oh my God, what do I do with this thing? How am I going to eat this? And then you crack it open, and it's like, oh my God, this is the most delicious thing I've ever had in my life. Watermelon has to be served in slices. All right, don't be cutting it up into little cubes so I can eat it with a fork like a lunatic. It's not pineapple, it's watermelon. I demand a slice of pineapple. I demand a seat at the table, the watermelon table, where I can pull up a fresh slice of melon and go to town. If it doesn't look like a pizza, I'm out on my watermelon. Don't be serving it like that, like a crazy lunatic. Watermelon juice, delicious, it's hydrating, and you can take a watermelon in the pool. It floats. When I was in high school lifeguarding, we used to do that shit all the time. You bring a watermelon to the pool, you throw it around, you can play games with it. You can try and bring it to the bottom of the pool. I think none of us could do it, if I remember correctly. We just couldn't get a watermelon to the bottom of the pool. It's so buoyant. So if you're ever on a ship or a cruise ship and it starts to sink, you grab yourself a pineapple and you dive over the side because you know you're going to be okay. That's the Tim Keck guarantee. If you're on a ship, throw yourself off, grab onto a fruit, and you'll be fine. And that's it for the show today, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Next week, Outer Space. Give it a listen. Give it a whirl. Call the show. Email the show. And everyone have a great time. And the king stays king. Bye.